Our sponsors: the Finkley Experience, HBCU First, the Jamal Bakes Morning Show, J&J Leadership Academy. Thank you for your contributions towards the Michael Finkley Show. Hello everybody, it's Michael Finkley with the Michael Finkley Show.
And I'm Nicole with Conversations with Nicole. You can join me Wednesdays at 9 a.m. on all of my streaming platforms.
Well, Nikki, don't forget about the Michael Finkley Show, Mondays, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the CTR Media Network.
Join us.
Hi, I'm celebrity saxophonist Richard Shaw Jr. from Atlanta, Georgia. Make sure you stay tuned for more with the Michael Finkley Show. It is absolutely phenomenal.
There's a new familiar face this time. Say hello to the new daytime. See it everywhere you go. New and the greatest show. It's no other than the Michael Finkley Show. There is no other. He's like no other. I'm so glad that someone resonates with me. Come celebrate with me. It's so much
Welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. Now, my next guest, I tell you, we met at the amazing Grammy weekend, and we both walked away winners of our different categories at the World Entertainment Awards. I tell you, he is a NAACP Image Award nominee, and he is the winner of the World Entertainment Award for Best Writer himself. Of course, I'm talking about Choice Skinner.
Thank you. I'm good. Thank you so much for the introduction, Michael. I appreciate that.
Well, you're welcome. You're very, very welcome. And how I came into you, I told the Think Fam this, even before we met, I was on these IG streets and just looking at the different categories, and your picture came up, and you're a nominee within your category, and just immediately I was like, I gotta follow this man, because just looking at what you've been doing over the years, you've been doing some fantastic things. And I must say, I am definitely an admirer from afar now. I watched you, ever since we came back, and just some things that, just caught my eye. And I'm just like, thank you for what you have contributed to the world of entertainment, to the world of music, because definitely leaving your mark in that right. And what I love as well, I love your story, because it starts in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
We then go to Augusta, and then end up in LA. And when I look at that transition, I see three different people, three different stories, and three different phases of life. Could you talk to us about these different changes?
Yeah, no, it's funny you say that. In these late years in life, I call them, I've been more attuned to paying attention to how each demographic and each geographic area affected me, right? So each location had a specific contribution to my career and to my life. And so when I hear some music, I'm like, oh man, I was in LA when that came out, or I was in Georgia when that came out, or I was in New York as a kid when that came out. And it all comes to an accumulation of basically helping you to realize that you are living a great life when you realize that. I believe that I'm not a big traveler, but I believe that traveling and experiencing different places in your life will create amazing moments and memories. And I'm firm on that. And as a person in the entertainment industry, you meet a lot of people when you're going to those different places, people who affect you profoundly. And so, again, it's funny that you said that, because I literally was just thinking about that the other day. And I was like, man, I've been so many places. It's that Donny Hathaway song, yeah, right. And it comes to fruition in your life. And it's just like, man, when you have a rich life, and it's based on your work, it doesn't get any better, Mike.
I love that. I love that. And again, just different phases of our life that we kind of just reflect on and stumble upon at any given moment. And those moments can be learning moments. Those moments could have been, good times. Those moments could have just frustration. But again, they come with a feeling and an impact that impacts us so much. And what I love about your story as well, because we did some research, of course, we can't just interview anybody to have them on and see what they're all about. I love the way that when people have different conversations, they may say, I want to change my profession in life. You went from music to acting. Um, how was that transition for you, especially now with all these different experiences behind your belt?
Yeah, I mean, I actually went from music to stunts to acting. Acting was a prerequisite for doing stunt work because you can't do stunts and not be able to act. I mean, my stunt teacher told me, he said, "You suck as an actor, kid." So I was like, "All right, well, yeah." He was, and you know what? I prefer for people to be transparent and upfront about things because it makes me cut to the quick and get the work done fast. And so I started acting, but I had to let go of music. I mean, I love music. Music is my first love, and I had to let it go because in the '90s, a lot of labels were folding. A lot of music was becoming digital, and so the gift of having craft and putting the work in didn't matter anymore. And so it was hard to find work. And I said, well, I'm a martial artist. Let me go ahead and get into stunts. And then when I got into stunts, I got into acting, and I loved acting. I fell in love with it, and I got really good really fast. And I got a lot of attributes and work from it. So I said, well, okay, what's next? Writing, producing, directing, all those things became necessity, because as a black male actor in those days, there weren't many opportunities. You could play Thug Number One, you could play Leroy and Hakeem, but there wasn't many opportunities to really flex and to build the empire like we do now in these days. And so, for me, acting is my first love next to music. Music is my first love, but acting is my first love in regards to the entertainment industry when it comes to doing film and television and directing and writing and producing. If I had to let them all go, being that I'm not so active in music as I used to be, acting would be the one that I'd keep.
Why is that?
Um, it's life changing. We change lives as actors, as artists. Period. People. If you're a musician, people get married to your music. As an actor, you're able to tell someone's story that they don't have a voice. You're able to inform. A lot of people don't look at the news. They don't want to look at the news. They'd rather go and watch a movie and be informed about what's going on in the world. And as an actor, you have that power because people are paying attention to you for that moment. It's no different than you being who you are as a person, broadcasting and speaking to people. A lot of people don't look at the news. They watch the Michael Finkley show. And we change lives. We don't know how people are coming to us in that day, right? But how they come to us is how we receive them, and what we bring to them makes all the difference in the world.
Wow. And again, I feel that's the excellent way of paying it forward as well, by our crafts, by our love, by our mission, by our passions in life. This is our way of paying it forward as well. Because again, I feel that our dreams are all that goes into the passion of why we're still here. And because we're still here, we still have some more work to do. You mentioned martial arts.
Yeah.
Now, you're like the second black male I know ever in my life, uh, who is in this arena of martial arts. And I know that comes with so much, right? On the mind, on the body, on the spirit. How has this art helped you with your craft, and what you do thus far in your life?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny you mentioned that. I was telling a student the other day because some of the best people in the entertainment industry are people who have strong passion for discipline, right? Military, sports, and the martial arts. The martial arts has been a tremendous gift to my life from God because it helped me to get over a lot that I experienced as a child. I grew up in Brooklyn, and it was very, very violent and dangerous in those days. And so I had to learn to overcome being a victim. And so not realizing that the martial arts was going to help me in that level of focus later on in the years. So there's three things in life that I don't like. I don't like the word no, I don't like the word can't, and I don't like the word try. And my actor students will tell you they know those to heart because Those are things that I believe infringe upon your freedom of experience when it comes to being the best that you can be, to be great. And the martial arts, those are three things that you can't have in your arsenal. You can't have no in your arsenal. No, that I can't do it. You can't have can't, I can't do it. And you can't try to do anything. You have to do it. And so those are mantras that I follow with myself in regards to everything that I approach. If I say to myself, I got to write this script. I don't try to write it. I write it. I don't try to direct it. I direct it. You know, I don't try to make an adjustment when the director asks me as an actor to make one. I make it. And so those are things that I learned from the martial arts, and I'm grateful to it. I'm grateful to every instructor that ever gave me the knowledge that they imparted onto me. I'm grateful to myself for not quitting because a lot of people get into martial arts. And I think, and I tell this to parents, especially in the Black community, like, get your kids in martial arts, you know, not just for self-defense, but give them something to adhere to work towards. Every Black belt that I've ever ranked in my system, they're all out and they're productive people in the world. Productive, highly productive. Shantia Norfleet was the first female African-American NASCAR driver. You know what I mean? Like, she was my Black belt. She was my student. So it's like, this is what the martial arts has done for me, especially after 40 years and then being inducted in the Hall of Fame. For me, it's like, you know, yeah, you put that work in. You put the work in, right?
There we go. I love it, how it all connects together for us as well. Now let's talk about A New Life.
Yeah.
You won Best Writer at the World Entertainment Awards for this amazing project. Now tell us, now this was done during COVID, correct?
Yeah, wow. Yeah. Yeah. During lockdown in Los Angeles, I have an acting studio that I have one in Los Angeles, but I also have one in Georgia. And the acting studio is called Breaking Through Acting Workshop. And all of my actors during the time of COVID, during lockdown, were like, we don't care. We're going to show up. We're going to make this movie. and so we did. There was no SAG. There was nothing. Everything was shut down. So we just got out there and we made a movie, man. I got 2 Black Magic cameras, some incredible lenses, and I put this movie together. We shot it in 16 days. It took me a couple of months to edit it, and then we got distribution and it got released. And I can say this, it's done over 9 million impressions across all the platforms. So, and still growing strong. I mean, we just did a campaign for it for Valentine's Day. That's the great thing about doing a romantic dramedy, you know, especially in the Black community, because you got Black History Month and then you have Valentine's Day. So you can always re-release it and do some marketing to get more eyes on the project. It's been an amazing experience, you know, getting nominated for NAACP for it, Image Award. That was like, wow. You know what I mean? Just to wake up the day when they announced it, and I wasn't even thinking about it. I said, oh, let me check and see who they picked. I didn't assume anything. And I saw my name, and the first person I called was my manager, and we were screaming on the phone and just smiling from ear to ear, you know?
Oh my word, to see, because I know the way you feel, because this just shows my baby. So to see your baby blossom into something that you didn't even know at the time what it was going to become or become to people. So when people look at this amazing project, they're not giving anything away. So Fink families, you got to go watch it. How should people feel after they watch this amazing project?
And you ask great questions, Michael. You know, I made it as a love letter to the Black community. I wrote that film over 25 years ago. So to the day of me winning the award was 25 years of me sitting at the computer writing it. Right? Who else but God, right? Who else but God, right? So for me, I want people to feel my reason on why I did it. I wanted to show the Black community, especially Black men, in a different light. I mean, at the time when I was writing it, you know, we had maybe like The Best Man, Boys in the Hood, you know, all the classics, Juice, but we didn't have something like that. I wanted to see, you know, a single father raising his daughter, and what's it like for dating for Black men in the Black community? What's that like, you know, getting the essence of that, and also before now, where everyone's talking about mental health, it was in this film. How does this man overcome 7 years of being apart from someone he loved tremendously? And how do you move forward? And so there was those questions that I wanted asked and answered by the film, and to touch people who may be going through that. There's things in the film that's based on, stories of people that I've met. I met a brother. He was newly widowed. He had lost his wife to cancer, and he was like 24 years old, very young. And he had told me they were together for all those years. And he said, I haven't been with anybody in a long time, and I'm not looking to be with anyone. I loved her. He loved her that much. So I took that, and then having a baby on the side of the road. There were so many people who said, well, we didn't make it to the hospital. We had our baby on the side of the road. And so I wanted to show that, because I always thought that was interesting. It's like, how do you have a baby on the side of the road? What is that like? And so those are things that I wrote and put into the film, because I wanted, again, it's a love letter to the Black community. We got plenty of films. We're not a monolith. Everyone talks about that. But I think to walk away and feel good, I think that was something that was mainly the reason why I wanted the film to be what it was too.
And I love the name, because again, when you said it became, even going more in depth now, it makes more sense, especially the aspect of COVID, because after COVID, new life did happen for a lot of people. A lot of new experiences did happen for a lot of people. So I'm like, this title was right on, not even knowing what was to come, as you were making it 25 years later down the line. And so kudos to you in that project. And I know more is to come. But when we come back, Fink Fam, we're going to go into one of our newest segments called Questions That Ain't Answers. And then afterwards, he's going to tell us his next biggest dream. Don't go away, Fink Fam. Back in a moment.
Hey, Fink Fam, Mr. Jeff here, a children's musician from Ohio, and I'm so happy to be here. You are watching The Michael Finkley Show.
HBCU First. HBCU First Incorporated is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. HBCU First is a student-led community advancing the well-being and economic participation of America's Black youth. As the leading HBCU internship and mentoring academy, we empower elite students from 70-plus historically Black colleges and universities with in-demand college-to-career skills. For more information, visit their website, www.hbcufirst.com. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. I'm still chatting with my newest friend over here in the corner right here. Joyce is still with us, and I'm just super excited just to be chatting with him and getting to know him more three-dimensionally within that ride. So let's go into one of our newest segments, Questions That Need Answers. Alrighty, so within this segment, I'm going to give you or questions. They're going to be words, okay? So just choose. You can expound upon it if you like. If not, we can just go on to the next one. I'm going to give you 5. All right, you ready?
Ready.
All right. So we're looking at, is he an iPhone user or Droid?
iPhone.
Okay. All right. Let's see what
no judgment.
No, I'm with you. I get it. All right. Do you love the season of fall or winter?
Ooh, fall. Clothes.
Okay. I like you already. All right. Laptop or desktop?
Desktop.
Really? Why?
Yes.
I gotta ask why.
All day. It's like a command center for me. You know what I mean? It's like I feel like the Emperor from Star Wars sitting at that desk, and I have all the things I need at my disposal.
I love it. All righty. So next one, cooking or eating out?
Oh, that's a good one. I would say eating out. I mean, I barely have time to cook sometimes. I'm a great cook when I do cook, but I barely have time to cook. So I would say eating out.
Gotcha. What's your specialty?
Lasagna.
Really?
Lasagna and chicken parmesan. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
Still working on my mom's macaroni and cheese recipe. Yeah.
Whoa. I make it every year for the holidays, so I definitely understand.
Baked, right?
I get it.
Ooh.
All right. Final one. Are you a breakfast person or a lunch person?
Lunch.
Lunch.
Yeah.
Okay.
I barely eat breakfast sometimes. I mean, I'll have breakfast for lunch.
There we go. Yes. Yes. I'll have it for lunch or dinner. I really would.
Shout out to my boy Wayne LeVar, where he takes me out for breakfast a lot. So we sit there on Sundays and we have breakfast. And he's one of my martial arts students. He's a really good friend. And he always finds all the good breakfast spots when we do have breakfast. But most of the time it's lunch. It's breakfast for lunch.
I got you. No, me and my best friend, we do the same thing. And we're always looking for the latest breakfast place. Like where we're going. Where we're going, especially like the mom and pop places at different towns and stuff. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it. Coming up, what's his next biggest dream, Think fam? Gotta stick around for it. Back in a moment.
Hey, Jason Page, the voice of a generation, yeah. Singer of the Pokemon theme song. And you're watching the Michael Finkley Show, yeah.
You and me, I know it's my destiny. There's a new familiar face this time. Say hello to the new daytime. See it everywhere you go. New and the greatest show. It's no other than the Michael Finkley Show. There is no other. He's like no other. I'm so glad that someone resonates with me. Come celebrate with me. Let's tune into Michael Finkley.
Hello, everybody. It's Finkley from the Finkley Experience. We're an educational consulting firm that specializes in first-generation education. So we assist students with their college and career endeavors. We train school administrators on the state of first-generation students. And also, we partner with colleges and universities to assist their first-generation population for easy transition from high school to college. So if you're looking for a presenter or speaker that presents on these topics and so much more, visit our website at thefinkleyexperience.com and learn about all that we do. We're looking forward to working with you. Looking for some of the best soul food right here in Mullen, South Carolina? I promise you, come on down to Garden Alley.
Our grape salad's fabulous. Her water gate, her potato salad, her chicken is fresh. Macaroni and cheese is salted to perfection. I haven't found anything that's not great. Best one ever.
Banana pudding, cakes, pies. Yeah. Selection is huge. Garden Alley is an awesome place to eat. I really love it.
Come by and see the amazing staff at Garden Alley, downtown Mullins.
Hi guys, welcome to Awaken. We wanted to serve the city of Mullins. We are church owned, and we felt like a coffee shop was such a huge need in the city of Mullins. There's nowhere for people to just come, get a cup of coffee, sit with friends, maybe do some work on the laptop. And so we feel like it was a service that we could give back to the city. Well, our hope is that people will feel calm, that they'll feel welcome, that it'll be a place where they can come and just clear their mind.
We come here twice a day. That's how good. Their smoothies, their coffee, their lattes, frappes, delicious. I would love the atmosphere here. If I had time to come and just sit and relax, I would. It's awesome.
One thing that I really love about it being here is just the cozy environment. It's so inviting. I can come in here and I can get my schoolwork done, a good coffee and a good meal. But I'm just really thankful that they're here and that I have a good place to go.
We're open Tuesday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. and Saturday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Awaken Coffee Bar, downtown Mullins.
All right, here we are, Big Fam. He's still with us. And I must ask, what is your next biggest dream?
My next biggest dream is working on my feature film, And Then You Die, starring Jamal Lewis. We are doing amazing things right now with this film. And the reason why it's my next biggest dream, I have a lot of dreams and I've accomplished a lot of dreams. But with this film, I'm going to, I say three things. I'm going to raise the bar, I'm going to change the game, and I'm going to break the wheel. And that's basically showing people that films don't always have to be on that budget that people are making films on. I have an amazing team. Shout out to my DP, James M. Black. Jamal's been amazing. He's coming on as the lead, starring lead, and it's his vehicle, and he's been an amazing producer. Shout out to my manager. She's been a tremendous backbone in what I do in regards to decisions and stuff that I make. But all of my tie-in partners, the dream is to take all of that what we just combined together and mashed up and then put it out in theaters. And that's where, in conversation, people are like, what you mean you going to theaters? Well, again, break the wheel. And so that's the dream, to, in 2026, be on the red carpet showing the world this amazing film that I also wrote 24 years ago. And, honoring God in everything that I do. I mean, that's it. And blessing my community. I'm very big on, doing for the Black community. I'm very big on that. Every step that I take is to honor God, but also to show love to my community.
It shows as well. It shows.
Thank you.
The light is there.
Thank you.
The light is there. And
Thank
all
you.
that you've done, of course, definitely. Don't you stop now.
I'm not. I ain't going nowhere. No plans.
I love it. And all that you've done and all that you accomplished within this short time that you've been on this earth, could you say, I'm proud of myself? Could you say that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And there's no vanity in that. It's just the thing of when you're, there's an old phrase, the Black community was released from slavery with no capital, right? And so as a young Black boy in the projects, the son of 5 sons of a single mother, all the odds are against you. You know what I mean? And it's like, there's always this point though, Michael, where you make the decision of whether you're going to go left or right. God gives us all the power of choice. That's my real name, right? And so I've made the choices that were honorable. I'm not perfect, and I'm not one to judge anyone else. But I know with what my life was about and all the adversity that I went through, because I went through a lot of stuff. I didn't quit. I could be like Paul, I've kept the faith. I've run the race. You know what I mean? And I'm proud of that. I'm proud that I have added something to the world. They always say, and the night on winning the award at the World Entertainment Awards, I thank God for my gifts. I don't thank him for the award. I thank him for the gifts. And Denzel said it best, man gives you the award, God gives you the reward. And so that pride that I have, being proud of myself, is saying, oh, you went this way instead of that way. It was so easy to go the other way. It really was. I mean, there's brothers right now in the hood and sisters that they're making the wrong choices. And I made this choice. And this choice had opened up a life to me. And so I'm proud of anyone that makes those types of adjustments, right? You see on Instagram, I take extra initiative to congratulate anyone that has made an achievement of positivity. So yeah, of course, I'm definitely proud of what I've accomplished, and I'm proud of what God has prepared for me down the road too. So I'm just gonna keep going.
Well, you have no choice.
That's it. The only choice is myself. Shout out to my mom for giving me that name.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. Oh my word. I've been interviewing a lot of people with names, unique names lately,
Mhm.
and like Major, and then yourself here, Choice, and it's just like it fits so well
Thank
with
you.
what you're doing and your mission
Thank you.
here is in life. So please continue. How can we keep in contact with you via social media? And
Yeah.
also, how can we watch A New Life?
Yeah. Well, again, A New Life is available on all available platforms, streaming platforms. You can go to Tubi, you can watch it on Tubi, you can watch it on Amazon Prime, you can watch it on Vudu, you can watch it on Manza. Um, you can reach out to me at Instagram, Darkan2000, DARKAN 2000. You can also go to my web address, which is www.darkanent.com. That's my production company web address. I'm on Facebook. It's Choice J Skinner. And what else? I'm on TikTok. I don't stay on there much, but I do stay on Instagram a lot. And you can check out everything that's coming out with And Then You Die, and then you die film.com and then you die film Instagram.
All righty. All
Yeah.
right. You heard it here, Feet Fam. If you need someone to play an extra in the background, all right.
Make that trip to Atlanta. You got it, brother.
I'm right down the street.
All right.
I'm right down the street. Let us know. Thank you so much for being with us and sharing your story. You have to come back, especially when the new project's out, so we can definitely talk about that. But thank you so much. I appreciate you so much.
You got it, Michael. Thanks for having me.
You're so welcome. And Think Fam, thank you so much for watching as well. And always remember to pursue your dreams.
Amen.